We now move on to Edo State, where the primary elections in the state are now over. In the camp of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Monday Okpebolo was declared the winner of the primary election for the September 21 governorship poll. It wasn't entirely a smooth ride for the APC, with different hitches that marred the exercise. There was even a rerun. But now that the internal tussle for the ticket is over, its party members say it's time to focus on working ahead of the polls if they hope to take power back from the PDP. Well, for more on the Edo State election, I'm now being joined in the studio by Paul Ohonbamu, who is a former Commissioner for Information, Edo State. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so talk to us about the APC and its challenges of selling its candidate now in the midst of the challenges that happened during the primary. In fact, there were about 29 aspirants at some point until they were reduced to 13 as per the number of those who bought the forms, and then 12. And so how is the APC working to put its house in order?
Thank you very much. The APC has a candidate now, and the candidate is candidate of the party. And anyone who is a party person, a party man, will key into it. Because contestation for power is always there in politics. And you know too that the struggle for power is what makes politics solid. But aspiration for justice is what makes it noble. And politics is the game of thrones. The primary election, the hitches we are talking about, everything has been resolved now. Of course, you have pockets of...
You think so? I mean, we'll be receiving protesters at the APC National Secretariat from Honorable Dennis Idahosa.
But Honorable Dennis Idahosa is a party man. I'm not sure he will destroy the fortune of a party that has given him opportunity to represent using that platform twice. He's a two-term member of the House of Reps. And it has happened. You should expect that. It's a reaction. And the person in question, Senator Monday Okpebolo, has been doing a lot to meet with the people. At the last count, he has met with about 10 of the aspirants. And don't forget, many have even congratulated him. This is what you find. What you see now is purgation of emotion, sort of catharsis. You must get it in every election.
Well, I'm very sure if you were the one who was declared and then eventually you were asked to...
No, it was not. No. I think the
you
problem
feel
is...
bad as a person, including when the national chairman of the party congratulated you.
No, the national... you see, we should put things in perspective now. The national chairman of the party congratulated him. Why did he not give him certificate returns? Because he now knew the facts. He got everything that happened. Something was going seamlessly. We don't want to go back because this is the time for healing. We are trying to bring everybody, but politics is the act of the possible and not a battleground of absolutes. So I don't think there's anyone among those who will not change his mind. George Bernard Shaw says, a man who cannot change his mind cannot change anything. And don't forget, when you hold tenaciously to a thing, you are unnecessarily arrogant. And, politics is something, how do I put it now? I have said it's an act of the possible.
All right.
A good politician must sometimes swallow his pride for the greater good. You remember when Crassus, Pompey, Caesar, when they formed the triumvirate to govern Rome from behind the scene, they invited Marcus Cicero to join in creating a republic in Rome. He rejected, but while rejecting, he realized the fact that such combination, such collaboration is necessary.
Yeah.
Of course, his practice, it is tradition not to join what other people have begun. That's why he did not partake. But he realized the fact that for you to build a responsible, sustainable, and sure-footed republic, there must be collaboration. So, in this case, many of them, the former minister for budget, Clem Agba, has congratulated. Blessing Agbomere has congratulated. Iji Agbanayima, chairman of Code of Conduct, congratulated. So many congratulations from aspirants. Even some, of course, in line with that idea of letting it go. Let's come together. Someone like Osage Ezeyamu, former deputy governor, Lucky Mas, when they all stepped down so that power can go to Edo Central.
And that's the talk here and there. That it looks like Monday Okpebholo's emergence is a coup by some of the aspirants and some of the boys who used to be Oshomole boys who are coming to actually spring up a surprise against their principal. How do you react to that?
No, the fact is, when you say coup, what's coup? Harold Laswell says politics. He who gets what, when, and how. Is that not so? So any device you bring out to gain power, the only thing I quarrel with is the dubious means. Let the means be as credible as the end. So when you are talking of the end justifies the means, for me, I believe the means must be as credible as the end. This is why a process leading to the emergence of a candidate must be such that we give credence, acceptability to the final product, the candidate. And that was where I wanted to speak when you talk of our brother Dennis Idahosa, the way, Hope Uzodinma announced results on the sheet of paper, and it was banalizing politics, democracy. Because this thing, justice must not only be done, it must be manifestly seen to have been done.
And that's why I'm asking you if his Oshomole's boys are not actually routing him from behind. What's the relationship between him and the candidate at the moment?
Oshomole.
Yes.
Oshomole has been father of all. And don't forget that children can also quarrel with their father. A child can correct his father.
Is the leader of those children Pastor Eze Iyamu? Because the declaration initially was at the house of Pastor Eze Iyamu.
No, Pastor Eze only gave assistance, because when they dealt with the people, the designated place, they went there. Even some national working committee people were there. They were beaten. Some seriously, many are still nursing the injury. No one came to their only. Pastor Osageze Yamu, who was no longer contesting, he said, okay, come and use my place, and provided. They all went there. They were even treating some of them there. Doctors came from UBTH. So I don't see there. Well, in any case, that one was put aside, and a new one done at the designated place, where chronologically, from local government, everything went on seamlessly to the end, and Monday Okpebholo emerged. So I think it is time for us to come together as a party, so that we can contend with PDP, because that is the ruling party in the state.
Yeah, and people are beginning to ask, how strong is the senator to contend with the PDP that's just brought in Gudalo, and then Labour Party's how much of a match is the APC candidate to these two persons?
When you are talking of APC candidate, this is someone who came out first time. Is the only APC person that has won Edo Central, where he's represented at the Senate. We have never. It has been dominated by PDP. He came and he won, and he defeated an incumbent then, Clifford Odia. In any case, these parties, PDP, Labour, they all have their own maladies here and there, internal problems that can even consume, if not. APC is the only party now, save for Dennis Idahosa, and I know he will, because he will do introspection later. Socrates says, an unexamined life is not worth living. He will examine, he will come, sit down in his quiet moment to say, oh, why should I continue on this route? This is the party that has brought me this far. No, I will not destroy, because destroying democracy, of course, is worse than losing an election. That's the truth of the matter. And I don't think he's one of those democracy assassins. Right. So he's a gentleman, he's a star in the ascendant.
Well,
he has time.
For someone who is that wounded, you need to
bring
him close by, because when the general elections come,
yes, that's what we are doing now. Yes, that's what we are doing. Election. This is why I'm saying he's a responsible, a reasonable person who will not just want to topple the apple cart entirely. Because if you go that route, that would be a secessionist revolutionary motif. I don't think he will want to do that.
All right.
He is wounded, but of course, initially because of steps he also took. So, in a way, you can say you are the wound and yet the blade.
All right. Just before I let you go, how is Monday Okpebholo going to strategize ahead of the election when we know that Edo South possesses a huge chunk of the voters in any governorship election in Edo State. And you have Labour Party, which has been very popular in Edo South, producing a governorship candidate in Olumide Akpata. And meanwhile, you have the APC and PDP candidate all coming from Edo Central. So how are they going to manage it? Because if Olumide Akpata works very well with Edo North, the battle may just be over.
Look, Edo North, of course you should know there is no way Olumide Akpata, Labour is practically not in Edo North. Edo North is in the palm of Comrade Adams Oshomole. Okay. Labour is not there at all. And in any case, Olumide Akpata is from Edo South. Yeah, we have the chunk of voters, but Edo South has majority, but we don't control the ballot because it's a mixed multitude. So eventually, I said on one interview that when we are done in this election, when we are done with PDP and Labour Party, history will not be sure they ever existed.
Well, such a confidence you have, considering all the challenges that APC is having across Nigeria, considering what's happening to its government at the center. And more Nigerians who want to vote for APC in the middle of the hunger and economic challenges that the nation is facing.
The state election has its own peculiarity. Okay. It's not national now. It's state.
Yeah, but of course, national policies are being felt by everybody in every state as a result of the APC-led federal government's policies.
Then the federal government bringing money to the states. What have the governor done with the money? So these are issues we must look at all together.
You have a lot of enlightenment to do to your voters.
Yes, many also know. All right. Many also know. The truth of it, many also know these facts.
All right.
They know. And the president, of course, you can see bold step is taking to correct it. It's when you leave these things undone and you don't want to face it that the problem lies. He has confidence, and I can assure you that everything will have scope eventually.
All right, Mr. Paul Ohonbamu is a former commissioner for information in Edo State, and he's very confident that the APC will have a very strong outing. Yes. Well, the challenges are all there for you to ensure that you put your house in order.
Also, and PDP has challenges too.
Yeah, of course.
Labour equally has.
Yeah, but
don't forget that Labour has 3 candidates.
Well, it's left for them to actually resolve.
Okay, so it's left for them. It's a problem for them too.
Yeah, of course.
And but PDP, we had parallel. Yeah. So you can see no one is free.
Well, the PDP earlier today at the National Secretariat said they only know of one candidate, and that's Aswe Godalo. But we must thank you so much.
APC also said. But you see pockets of protests here and there.
All right.
But that of APC is good. We have been able to bring out one.
All right. Mr. Paul Ohonbamu.
Thank you.